got a good point here from Herman Lynn. Points out UCLA will be tough, but ND will not keep up with USC's offense. Herman, I think you're right. I don't think Drew Pine and company are going to be able to score enough points on us, and I think our offense is just going to blow past them. And Roger Dodger points out Dye's our best running back all around. We still have a pretty solid running game, and I mean it was against Colorado, but they continue to do fine and run the ball. And I think, particularly if we can get a couple of the offensive line, get a little more of our full regular offensive line back, we'll be in a lot better shape.
Yeah, and who knows what's going to happen with Gentry? I like the way the defense played tonight. There was, we had some push, we had some sacks. Obviously, Caleb Bullock's interception, Tooley's forced fumble. And so they were getting after the quarterback.
Yeah. And so this guy, I don't know who this is, who keeps freaking out about Andy will shred our hole over the middle. Yeah, that's because we're missing Gentry. We're literally missing the guy that Eddie Rainier calls the angry giraffe with the greatest wingspan of any linebacker in the country. So you know what? That will be filled pretty well if he comes back. And if he doesn't come back, we'll see what happens. But I don't think Drew Pine is going to shed anything. Drew Pine isn't going to shred anything other than maybe like his own rear end on the ground.
Well, Notre Dame is going to have its way running the ball with us, and that's what they're going to do. They're going to make us stop the run. But at the same time, Drew Pine is going to have to step up and make some passes if he's going to keep up with his team. And Drew Pine is going to leave the Coliseum in a pine box because he's not going to be able to close it. He's going to throw a few INTs and ain't going to be shaking down any thunder or waking any echoes in LA. That's in South Bend. That's in South Bend, baby. So come and bring it. Come and bring it with your SoCal, Notre Dame, Irish faithful. We'll be ready for you.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think you're right.
But first,
and Alex is saying Gentry should be back for UCLA.
He will be back. He's going to be back. And that guy, hey, I don't have any information, but that guy from his attitude and what a leader he is, he's been all year. And for him to limp out of that tent at Rice Eccles and basically motivate his team to finish, he's been working 24/7 to rehab and get back. And I think if there's any chance for him to get on the field against UCLA, he'll be there.
I think you're right. Looking at the D-Mac says love the Miller time. Yeah, D-Mac, we agree with you. We think that was really important for the team most of all. Like it's not just that he was great and I'm sure he'll be celebrating tonight, but our team needed some time for those guys to get in there.
One of the things I like too is that early in the game, Brendan Rice had a couple drops the first series. Second pass, a little dink past him, and he dropped it. There was that interception where, basically he had the ball and there was a wrestling match down on the ground and he did not win that wrestling match. And then he had another drop. And so I like the fact that Caleb Williams went to Kyle Ford, and Kyle Ford made like three, passes in a row. He basically, had three receptions in a row. And I like the fact that Caleb Williams realized that, hey, it wasn't there for him and Rice, and he went to Ford. And Ford's a big target, and he was making some key catches.
Rice was huge on. Ford was huge on those third 18 play. That one drive.
Ford rescued us twice on those.
And then they dropped the ball off into the corner. He had that nice play also for the 40-yarder that picked up that set up that touchdown. I mean, it felt like they got 150 yards on that drive. They must have had 35 yards in penalties as well on that drive. And they just kept going, but they kept picking up those third and long. But, Rice made up for it. He had some pretty good plays down the stretch. He ended the game with 3 catches for 70 yards and a touchdown. And so, right. I mean, he did make amends for it. That first one, I'm not putting that one on Rice. That first one, again, like I said, Rice was open by about 2 to 3 steps. And it was just a horribly underthrown ball by Caleb. Otherwise, that was probably a touchdown.
Yeah,
sure.
That's how it got picked. It got picked because it was so far underthrown. He was open.
But when you go down like that, and it's a 50-50 ball, and you both have your hands on it, you have to come up with that ball. You do.
Didn't it look like he bodied it up though? Like the throw was to the DB, and then he tried to rip it away from him. I just didn't think he had the angle on it. But you got to come back. But he was at full speed as well. That was just a shame. It was a missed opportunity for both of them.
But I think the one thing it shows is like Addison was out there today. He was just getting his reps. He wasn't. You could tell there he was rusty. There wasn't.
He was not 100%
chemistry. Yeah,
they shut him down early.
Yeah, but the fact that you could, and there's no Mario Williams, but you could see the depth of this wide receiver room. Kyle Ford, Brendan Rice, Taj Washington. Yeah, you had Michael Jackson, and then you had Rayleigh Brown. They were featuring him, and so a great room. Lake McCree actually had a catch as well, yeah, very, very happy to see these guys get touches because UCLA and Notre Dame are going to have a lot to look at on film, and they have a lot to cover.
Yeah, I think that touchdown by Taj Washington, he was over 60 yards. That catch was what really, kind of pulled us. We were staggering a little bit, but that play, just the way he accelerated through the crowd. I mean, did you guys see how he hit the Jets? He just got in there. He got the ball. He went wham right for the end zone. That was amazing. This guy was transfer. He came in and I know that Shotgun was big on him. He's from Memphis, and he came in, and last year he showed some flashes. But starting out early this year, since the guys have been out, since we've had Addison and Mario Williams out, he's really shouldered the team as far as just being that guy when we need a big play. He's kind of made it. So I'm really glad about his emergence. It just shows more than ever just the depth we have at so many different positions, even the offensive line. Like I thought that would be an area where we're going to be a little bit shallow, but it looks good. The defensive line's also coming together. I mean, through 3 quarters, we put our backups in. The defense really shut them down in this game. It was really nice to see.